Right, I want to talk about actors that audition for comic book roles, or roles in general, particularly comic book roles, and they actually care about playing the characters. I think Hollywood needs to kind of normalize making that a preference. I want to say requirement. You can still find great actors that aren't fans of comic books, but in certain cases, it's damn near a must. Like I've done a little collage of actors that are like really kind of like about these characters that they play. I've got Aldous Hodge. Well, actually, no, I'll probably not start with that. Let's start with Lobo, for example. Jason Momoa was pretty much obsessed with that character. Like I thought he was performing it, but this guy really seemed to be about it. And based on the Supergirl review. Sounds like he's still to show. Probably an incoming Lobo movie to follow after this. Then you've got, and then I also wanted to kind of pivot to actors that are passionate about roles that haven't been cast, like Matt Schultz, Ben Schultz, finally. He is another dude that just seems kind of low key obsessed with playing Plastic Man. And to be honest, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't give him the role. He is kind of essentially, he looks the part, acts the part, and cares about the character. I don't understand. Well, I do understand. It's like I'll talk about in the end. You've got like Kamala Khan, Iman. She speaks for herself. She's of the generation these books are aimed for. She's of the demographic the books are aimed for, and they cast out the perfect. I mean, enough said. I don't really need to go into too much detail. And then I kind of want to talk about people that are passionate that maybe are not right for the role. To question me more. He's done the voice amazingly. Now he's still playing live action. Bro, you're too old. Sometimes you kind of got to step away because you can want to play a character but not be right for it. I remember back in the day, Buffy's husband was in Freddie Prinze Jr. wanted to be Spider-Man. Actually, for his role, he would have been great, but I don't know. I heard he done some kind of crazy stuff to get auditions and it didn't happen. I kind of want to talk about Margot Robbie, which would be crazy to think. What's wrong with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn? Well, nothing as Harley Quinn, but this is an example of an actor that wants to play a role, cares about the look and aesthetics of the character, but not so much about the character in the comics. I mean, the fact that she was a producer of that Harley Quinn movie and had no birds of prey in it already exposed so much about how much of a casual she actually is, or a pretender. You don't do a Harley Quinn movie and have her team up with birds of prey. In her first movie, it made no sense. And it's supposed to be, she should have had a Gotham City Sirens movie with Catwoman and Poison Ivy. She didn't. And this was her choice. And she was all gasping. It's like, that's studio. That's studio doing things different just to be different. She should have campaigned for that. And I'm not saying that's why the movie failed, but, if you're a fan, I'm just trying to expose the kind of fake super fans, which bothers me because she is great as Harley. She needs guidance. Because ultimately, that was like a really bad decision. You only get one shot making movies sometimes, and you're going to waste that one shot on some fanfic, basically. Birds of Prey, Black Canary. That's not your team, you know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. And then who else? About Deathstroke. Now, this goes back to the good. Now, I think John Manganiello really likes playing Deathstroke. I think he became a new fan, which works just as well. Like, if you've never heard of the character and you stumble upon it, like, he isn't as invested as, say, Jason Momoa, but he really wants to play his character. Like, he's a new fan, and new fans are welcome too, because you can create the exact same kind of passion overnight. You don't necessarily have to collect the comic books. So yeah, book him. He seems obvious. And Aldous Hodge is another guy who, I think he's just an all-rounder. He just loves comic books in general. Like, I've heard him talk. He was the first person first actor to utter Mr. Terrific, on the red carpet of Black Adam. He talked about Black Panther in like 2012, bro. Like, this is like phase 2, I think, of the MCU. This guy is a day one guy. I'm glad he got to play Hawkman. He's probably one of the better things in Black Adam. But now that world is dead, I think Marvel needs from, bro. I would say, to be honest, Blue Marvel just seems perfect in every way. You've got an actor that's passionate about the role. A Black American actor playing a Black American character that was written by a Black American writer. Come on, book it, bro. Book it, bruv. And I think that's it. I think that's the conclusion of my video. I've touched on a few things. I've touched on why it's good to cast passionate actors, the kind of pitfalls you can get when you can get guys that are enthusiastic but just don't know the material or just want to do it for the wrong reason. Some people want to do it for a bag or because their kid likes comic books, But yeah, that's my video. Hopefully that will make sense. I really